Alright, so today we're doing code part 2, and you can see I already did the nmap scan. We've got port 22 and 8000 open. We'll do a default scan as well. Default scripts scan with the tag SCV. Got Gunnicorn, we've got a version number here. Okay, so we'll just do some web enumeration. Let's just keep it simple, right? Just go to the website. You know, to get too fancy here. Port 8000. And what are some things we want to try for port 8000, right? So visit website. Click around, right? Click around. Register accounts. View source. Check request headers in burp. And actually what we'll do is we'll actually pull up burp. And I already have it up. And we'll enumerate this website from within burp because it'll track all of the directories and things like that. So let's do that. Pull up the browser. I forget where that's at. Here it is. Okay. So view source, check headers, register, so directory brute force, any subdomain brute forcing. I think that's a good enough list here. And of course we can't do anything with 22 because we don't have creds, right? So, and we see this register already. We can download something, then we can log in, right? We'll view the source. Looking for comments, right? Anything that might have been left over. Always worth a view. Let's see what downloading does. App. Actually, I'll keep it small. So you'll see here this secret key. We'll just hang on to that for now. And a bunch of code. Okay. So we have 3 more version numbers here. So let's start with going over the version numbers that we've found so far. We'll just do POC, right? I usually go straight to GitHub for any POCs. I don't think that makes a difference. So escaping a JS environment and execute arbitrary commands on the host. Normally would call this okay. So we have an escape. Now remember, we can still create a user here, so let's do that real quick before we go too far. So we can run code. We have a POC here. I'm not even sure I did that right. Let's do some reading here. Let's find another one actually. Okay, let me look at my notes here real quick. Oh, okay. Yeah, I use Ghost Overflow. So this one, so by Ghost Overflow, okay. Who am I? Yeah. Okay, so basically I just took this, put it in here, and it's running who am I, right? And we get app back. So what if we do, right? So, I mean, this should give us the ID results, right? Yeah. Okay. So we have command execution. We just need some type of reverse shell, right? So let's do bin bash taxi bash taxi TCP 10 10 16 187, and we'll use quadruple 4. And 1. We'll close that. Okay. Let's get a shell going here, or a listener. So let's do bin bash taxi. Let's do bin bash taxi. 10 10 16 187. And we'll use quadruple 4. And 1. We'll close that. Okay. Let's get a shell going here, or a listener. So let's do bin bash taxi. 10 10 16 187. And we'll use quadruple 4. in here. So give me a sec. Here it is. Okay. And bam, got the reverse shell. So you can see now we have app where the application app. So let's gather some notes here. So version 0.74. Proof of concept. Website and found code capability. Let me fix that sentence there. Yeah, arbitrary code execution. Grab the code that we used. Code block it out. And actually, I'll put this below that. Okay. So from here, we just got to do some enumeration, right? So not a TTY. Okay, let me do some upgrading here. I gotta look at my notes for this one. See, my most useful commands is how I do it, but upgrade shell. Okay, we have script and Python, so I'm gonna go with script. Okay. Let's do the easy stuff, right? So, okay, well, we don't know a password, right? It was worth a shot. Check the pseudo version. Look around. So whenever you land as a reverse shell, you want to check the programs of where you landed, right? Because you landed in the context of that user or that program, service, whatever, right? So since we're in the context of this user, it's going to land us in the, quote unquote home directory of that user, which, in this case is a program. So that you can think of this as like a home landing directory. So we already checked this stuff, right? So we know, like, if I cat app.py, right, we already know what this looks like because we downloaded this. This is the directory of what is being hosted, right? So if we go back to those files, right, you can see the app.py, templates, static instance, and we have this cache, which I don't believe is anything, but oh, it's a directory. Worth a check. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, so from here, let's just look around, right? Print working directory, home app. Let's go back to home. We got a user Marco. Let's ll opt, anything in here, yep, np backup, in the optional drive. Let's see, password. Check the permissions on Etsy password. Can we add? No, we only have read, right? So I have a feeling it has something to do with that np backup, right? So let's do nestat antup. So you can see this is us. .22 is listening. We already know we have 22, right? 53. Okay. Let's go back to our landing situation. Because I might have missed something. Instance. Oh, yeah, users.db. Users.db. Yeah, look at this. So Marco. What is that? Mappa. No idea. So Marco text. Hash identifier. We'll do that first because thinks it's an MD5, so we'll do John. Look at that. So let's pause, take our notes. Just do cat. D5. Sweet angel baby love. Interesting. Okay. Sweet angel baby love. Okay, so we have a user and a password, right? So what we're going to do, we have SSH, right? And now we do have creds. So that's, bam, that's the first thing we're going to try, right? So let's just do that. Okay, SSH, Marco. I forgot the IP. Okay. Nice, nice. Okay, asking us for a password. This is good. And we're in. Just like that. Right, so notice Marco is part of, so we're going to do basic enumeration, right? Marco is part of a backups group. We'll do our little sudo L now. Look, there's that np backup CLI again, right? Which we already saw this thing is in opt, right? And all of a sudden the only user on this account can run np backup CLI with no password. So you know that's what's going on here. User Marco run with no password. Backup directory. Let's just do tree. We should be able to do tree now, or not. np backup. Huh. Okay. Did I miss some? Oh, yeah. So yeah, before you start changing directories, when you land somewhere, enumerate where you landed. This is the same thing as with the app, right? Enumerate where you land, right? Because remember, I had moved away from that landing directory, and I missed the instance, right? That's how we found the users.db. And then I did it again. Apparently, I'm not learning from my mistakes, right? But enumerate exactly where you land first before you move anywhere. Okay, that's a good best practice, right? So you can see here in the, oh, and also here's your user.txt, right? So grab that. But here in the home directory, we have this conf file. We also have this backups, right? So let's just check out this conf file first. Ugh. So long. You know what? Let's do nano. And I'm gonna close this one out since we're pretty much done there. I was trying to get a color apparently. You know what we haven't done yet is run the actual command, and we'll run it with tech help. So one of the first things here is we can select a config file, current directory, np backup. So normally Marco's running this, it defaults to the current directory, npbackup.com. So he's running this tool out of his home directory, right? Because that's where the conf is. But we can give it an alternate file. Do a dump. Okay. So what if we can create backups of directories with root privileges? I think that's our escalation vector here. So what we'll do is let's just make up a backup one. We'll make our own conf, which is going to be backup1.conf. And we'll do here it is. So backup options, paths. So it's backing up this, but what we want to do is we'll make it back up. Wait, I can't edit this thing. That's probably because I don't know how to use VI. There it is. Okay. So it's taking backups of the app directory by default, and we're going to change that to backup root, and then it's going to back it up as root, right? So we should be able to read anything in there. So let me figure out how to get out of here. Escape, right quit. And I changed it to back up the root directory, right? So right quit. do this one more time here. So we'll specify our new config, and we pointed it at the /root, so it's going to back up root. This is the backup option right here. And why not do a force, right? We could also show current snapshots, but I mean, it's just going to be the home/app directory, right? So okay, I think we have what we need. So sudo user local p. Wait, is that where it was at? Yeah, okay. Specify the comp file. We want 1. That's one we created. Backup and force. Cannot be read or does not exist. Interesting. Okay, it's definitely there. Okay. Okay, nice. So you can see it's running the backup of the /root, which is what we told it to do. Backup finished. Let's snapshot, show current snapshot, ls, show content given snapshot. Latest is used. So let's do an ls. Sudo. Oh. And yeah, we have backups of everything. So look at this. We got an ID, we got an RSA. History. Root.txt. And we have that dump command as well, right? So dump a specific file. Okay. again. So that yeah, for whatever reason this file keeps getting deleted. Maybe it has something to do with the backup, I'm not sure. But we'll just wow. Run it back. Yeah, I think it definitely has something to do with the backup. But we'll just give it this again and run our commands. That didn't work. And I wonder why. Oh, is it because I left this ls in here? Conf dump. Let's try that. Bam. Got the RSA. Just copy that. Come over here. Nano or chmod, right? Because it has to be 600. Right. As you can see right here. And that was for the root, right? For the root account. So we'll do open up this shell here. And I will SSH as root. Grab the IP. Oh, fail. Tag I believe it is, ID RSA. Nice. We're in as root. So hit your little cat your root dot text, and that is it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one, and hopefully I did a good job of explaining it. But yeah, until next video, take care.